Welcome, deep divers. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're pulling back the curtain on a really vibrant city, Chiang Mai in Thailand,
Hmm.
looking at its daily pulse, where it's heading.
Right.
Our mission today is basically to sift through a whole stack of sources, financial reports, travel stuff, even weather warnings, all from the last 12 hours, August 14th, 2025.
Get right down to the ground level.
Exactly. Extract the key insights for you. Think of it as, well, your shortcut to really understanding what's happening in Chiang Mai, beyond just the headlines, custom made for you.
Yeah. And it's pretty amazing, isn't it, how just looking at one day's local news, like these stories from Chiang Mai, can tell you so much.
About bigger trends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Broader trends, not just for Chiang Mai, but it helps understand how economic stuff, social things, the environment, how it all weaves together. Anywhere, really.
Real microcosm.
It is. It gives us this focused lens,
Yeah.
to see the larger forces.
Okay, let's dive in then. First up, some big economic news. The Bank of Thailand.
Ah, yes, the rate cuts.
Right. They've been quite aggressive easing monetary policy. We're talking a cumulative cut of 75 basis points.
That's right. Brings the main rate down to 1.50%.
So let's unpack that. For a city like Chiang Mai, what does a central bank doing that actually mean, especially for its key industries? They say it's to support the economy, which is slowing, and crucially, the travel industry.
Well, what's really significant here, I think, is how it signals their strategy. They're clearly prioritizing tourism.
Betting on it, almost.
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Betting on it as the main engine for recovery, even if it means maybe accepting other economic shifts. It's a calculated move, shows how much Thailand relies on tourism.
And the mechanics, lower rates mean.
Cheaper borrowing. So the idea is to stimulate spending, investment, especially helpful for the travel sector, trying to rebuild, maybe expand after tough times.
Okay, and speaking of boosts for travel, we're seeing some direct results already, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Scoot, that's the budget part of Singapore Airlines.
Yeah.
They're boosting flights.
Right, I saw that. More weekly flights to Chiang Mai by December 2025.
That feels pretty fast. A direct response to this kind of policy? Is that typical for an airline to react so quickly?
It is quite fast. And what it highlights, I think, is this underlying trend. It's not just about the high-end luxury travel anymore.
Ah, okay.
There's a big shift towards more budget-friendly regional travel really driving the growth.
Yeah.
So Scoot jumping in like this suggests they're pretty confident.
Confident in the market?
Yeah, confident the market's recovering and that the central bank signal is working. It also suggests maybe a broader visitor profile for Chiang Mai now, not just one type of tourist.
And the overall picture supports that confidence. The numbers are huge. Thailand's having a record tourism boom.
The figures are really impressive.
Over 20 million international visitors just from January to August this year, generating, nearly 937 billion Thai baht.
Wow.
And what's interesting is who is coming. It's diverse. China, Malaysia, India, Japan. Plus, the long-haul markets are strong, too.
Right. That broad base is key. It suggests it's more resilient, not just a temporary blip.
So what is making Thailand such a magnet right now? Why the surge?
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? I think it's a combination. The culture, obviously, the natural beauty, but also its ability to cater to so many different types of travelers.
Different budgets, different interests.
Exactly. And having strong demand from multiple key markets, like you said, means it's not overly reliant on just one or two places. That's a strong position to be in.
And Chiang Mai itself is definitely a big part of that draw. It just got named a Gen Z favorite in Asia.
Ah, in that Time Out list.
Yeah, their best cities in Asia list. And also, Thailand generally keeps its high repeat visit appeal. So Chiang Mai is still loved by regulars, even as global tourism changes.
That's a fascinating mix, isn't it? Attracting the new, younger crowd Gen Z while also keeping the Langle repeat visitors coming back.
It sounds like the best of both worlds.
It does. It speaks to a really multifaceted appeal.
Yeah.
But your earlier point about infrastructure is valid. Does attracting Gen Z alongside repeat visitors pose challenges?
Like strain on resources, or maybe changing the vibe.
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
Managing this diverse influx, well, it can put pressure on infrastructure, on local culture maybe. The city has to find that balance, right, between being authentic and being accessible. Growing sustainably so it doesn't lose what makes it special.
Right. A tricky balancing act. All right, let's shift gears a bit. From tourism appeal to national policy, there's been a big U-turn recently.
You mean cannabis?
Exactly. Thailand reclassified cannabis as a narcotic again. What's the thinking behind that? It seemed like they were going in the other direction just a short while ago.
Well, the broader context seems to be about image. If you connect it to the bigger picture, this move has a lot of support from tourism officials.
Really? Why?
They want to reinforce that image of Thailand as, safe, family-friendly. It's a strategic branding decision, basically, reassuring certain types of visitors, maybe families or more conservative travelers.
So less about the domestic situation, more about the international perception.
It seems heavily weighted that way, yes.
Yeah.
Of course, it has a big impact on that whole cannabis industry that was just starting to emerge. So it's balancing different interests again.
Okay, now let's look beyond policy and tourism towards the future. Technology, sustainability, that seems to be a big focus too.
Definitely.
There's the GCNT Expo 2025 that's about corporate social responsibility, right?
Yes, and sustainable development.
And the CEO of True Group was there, really pushing this vision of data for good, using data for environmental sustainability, better governance, social impact.
What's interesting there is seeing a major company lay out such a clear vision, how technology, specifically data, can actually tackle some of these huge global challenges.
Not just about profit.
Exactly. It's about purpose,
Fun.
too. It signals a growing awareness, I think, in the business world about their wider role, especially in places like Thailand, where these issues, environment, social equity, are really front and center.
And sticking with tech, Bosch was showcasing smart mobility futures.
Right, at the Mobility Tech Asia Expo down in Bangkok.
Yeah, presenting eco-friendly, AI-driven transport. How does this tie into Chiang Mai? Is the city part of this broader transformation?
Oh, absolutely. This kind of innovation shown in Bangkok reflects the national direction, and Chiang Mai is definitely part of that smart city, smart mobility push.
So what does that mean practically? How could AI transport change things in Chiang Mai for residents, for tourists?
Well, looking ahead, it could be transformative. It's not just about cutting emissions, though that's huge. It's about efficiency, reducing traffic jams, which can be awful, improving air quality.
Makes the city more livable.
Precisely. A higher quality of life for people living there, and honestly, a much nicer experience for visitors, too. Imagine moving around smoothly, less noise, cleaner air. It's using tech to enhance everyday life.
Okay, so we've covered growth, innovation,
Yeah.
but we also need to touch on the less positive aspects, geopolitics, security.
Always a factor in the region.
We're seeing border diplomacy intensifying. Thailand's foreign ministry, apparently with some backing from China, is responding to landmine incidents near the Cambodian border.
It highlights those ongoing security concerns.
Yes, legal issues, safety implications. It sounds quite serious.
It really shows how quickly a seemingly local issue, like a border incident, can become an international matter. It underlines those persistent security challenges you find in border areas.
A delicate balance.
Very delicate. Diplomacy, vigilance. It's a constant need to manage these things for national safety, but also for wider regional stability. A reminder that even when the economy's booming, these basic security issues are still there.
And finally, something very immediate. An environmental concern.
The weather warnings.
Yeah, from the Thai Meteorological Department. Flash floods, coastal wave warnings, intensified monsoon activity. Heavy rain, thunderstorms predicted. Potentially 2-meter waves in northern provinces. That includes Chiang Mai, right?
Yes. The north is definitely affected by the monsoon intensification warnings. It really makes you think, doesn't it, about living with these changing weather patterns.
The constant need for warnings, for preparedness.
Exactly. Especially in areas that are naturally prone to monsoons anyway. It's a sobering thought. While we're discussing economic plans and new tech, nature's power is still a critical daily reality for people there.
Requires constant adaptation.
Absolutely. Preparedness and adaptation.
So, wow. In just these few stories from the last 12 hours, we've covered quite a journey. Economic policy, tech innovation, tourism highs, security concerns, environmental warnings.
It's a real snapshot of the diverse fabric of life there.
All happening at once.
And zooming out, like we said at the start, putting these individual stories together gives you such a powerful perspective.
On the forces at play.
Yeah, the complex interplay of forces shaping things. Local news, even from just one day, really does offer this rich tapestry. Insights into global trends, how policies work on the ground, community resilience. It shows how interconnected it all is.
Absolutely. So as you, our listener, reflect on these snapshots from Chiang Mai, maybe think about how these local events, an interest rate cut, a tourism boom, even a weather warning, how often they're like tiny versions of bigger global shifts and challenges.
Microcosms.
Yeah. What seemingly small news item in your own community might actually be hinting at a much bigger story unfolding?
That's a great thought to end on.
Something to consider. We definitely invite you to keep doing your own deep dives into the world around you.